Alright, welcome back to Wiki What? This is episode 2 of the year, and we have with us our 3 contestants. Introduce yourselves.
I am Andrew Reicherom, and I'm here to win.
I am Matt Sonner, and I'm here to break his win.
I'm Blake White, my first time, but I'm automatically better than these two.
First time caller, long time listener. Is that what we're doing here?
Yes, sir.
So in our show, we give each of our contestants 3 facts. We have drawn 2 of these facts from Wikipedia, and the third one we have just completely made up, and they have to pick which one they think is the made-up fact. So, your first set of facts, and you are picking which one is false. Fact number 1, these all deal with the digestive tract. Autobrewery syndrome, ABS, is a rare medical condition where carbohydrates undergo fermentation in the digestive system. The organisms responsible for ABS include various yeasts and bacteria. The ethanol generated from the organisms and lactic acid fermentation cause an increase in blood alcohol concentration that produces the effects of intoxication without the consumption of alcohol. Fact number 1. Fact number 2. Banana equivalent dose is an informal unit of measurement for ionizing radiation exposure intended for educational purposes. Bananas contain natural radioactive isotopes of potassium. The origins of the concept are unknown, but the BED system, banana equivalent dose, has been a useful way to inform the public about relative radiation risks. Radiation exposure from consuming a banana is about 1% of the daily exposure to radiation, which is 100 BED. So that's our fact number 2. And fact number 3, some studies have found that Arabica coffee beans, when roasted and grounded into coffee, have the same effects that Pedialyte does to help treat symptoms of basically a hangover. I don't know how to pronounce that word. The chlorogenic, ferulic, caffeinated, something like that, antioxidants help excrete some other chemicals that basically are in the bloodstream that cause a hangover. So basically, Arabica coffee beans have the same effect as Pedialyte in fighting a hangover. Which of those 3 did we make up? 1, 2, or 3? You can just give us the number. You all have your answers ready?
Blake is writing his down.
It's only funny.
Flip them around. And 3 is the one that is correct, that it is not correct, that it is fake. That one is a point, so we have a point for Andrew and a point for Blake.
There was a lot of big words in that. I didn't think Ethan could come up with all that.
This is true. He did, I believe, spell all of them wrong, which is why I'm struggling to say it. I think I probably could have said some of these.
I actually think
Formaldehyde was one of them, and that I think is spelled right, so I think maybe you just copied that one.
All right,
our second one. Our theme here is sugar and spice.
And everything nice?
No, nothing nice. There's nothing nice here.
Unfortunate.
Question 1, or statement 1. The Big Mac Price Index was published first in 1986 by The Economist as an informal way of measuring the purchasing power parity between 2 currencies. The semi-humorous illustration of the PPP has been published annually since 1986. The index measures how many Big Macs you could buy with $50 of US in other countries. For instance, $50 US will buy 30 Big Macs in India, but only 7 in Norway and Switzerland. It's a way of, measuring how far your money goes in different countries.
I think I've heard of that.
That's a real thing, yeah.
Maybe. Fact number 2. Ocean spray cranberries, formerly called a tokwa, probably something along those lines, like all foods, need to go through a quality check. Ocean spray does a bounce test. The bounce test has been used since the 1800s to check when the cranberries are ready to eat. They can often bounce up to 5 feet before they are ripe and ready to eat, but when they are ready, they only bounce a maximum of 2 feet typically. This was discovered by World War II soldiers who were bouncing cranberries as a pastime. They had about 1 million pounds of cranberries a year. I don't know if that's the soldiers that have 1 million or whatever, but that's the fact. And our last one, fact number 3. In 2021, it was discovered the official Twitter account for Kentucky Fried Chicken, @official KFC PR, only follows 11 accounts. KFC follows Baby Spice, Posh Spice, Scary Spice, Sporty Spice, and Ginger Spice, along with 6 verified people named Herb, promoting their 11 herbs and spices in their original secret recipe. Which one of those is made up? Big Mac price index,
It's one or two.
cranberries bouncing, or KFC. Either you're doing a good job messing with people or you're giving away information.
No, I know 3 is correct. I've seen that
Well, you're
online.
giving away information. Now, if they thought it was fake, then they're
Or am I messing with you?
That's true. You all have your answers and you're all satisfied?
Matt, does
You have
that
yours?
laid
What
out
are you
the table?
doing? Don't look at their answers.
Well, you see, they're the same number I am, and so I want one other
Don't-
person.
There you go. Don't look at their answers before they turn around. They are all on number 2, and that is the one that is correct and that it is wrong. That one is, of course, made up. The Big Mac price index and the KFC thing are both totally true. Fact number 3, or set 3. These circle around the idea of dance.
Oh, what?
When Jazzercise started to be a widespread program to lose weight without having to leave the comfort of your home, a conspiracy theory arose that the programs were meant to corrupt children with dance, and the FCC even made a public statement debunking this theory. Statement number 2, flamenco dancing, which originated in Spain as an art form, has actually become so popular in Japan that there are more flamenco academies in Japan than there are in Spain. Or fact number 3, proclaimed as the world's largest flash mob, groups of people in over 300 cities, including in LA where it was led by Alfonso Ribeiro himself, joined together in 2012 to all dance the Carlton.
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
Go loud.
It's not unusual to have fun with anyone. But when I see you hanging about,
Martin! We're filming stuff here. Can you tell your people to shut up? I think if there's a tie, I think we have them, whoever's tied, all dance the Carlton.
it's not unusual to.
Like,
You probably should wait until he's got his answer. But we have 2, 3, and 2, and the correct one in this case is number 1. Everyone got it wrong. Jazzercise was not a conspiracy to corrupt the youth. Although that does sound like a very 80s thing, because, you know, Footloose, after all, was a movie in the 80s. On to set 4. These are about fiction, just fiction in general. Gene Roddenberry, who was the creator of Star Trek television series, actually was a pilot before he was a screenwriter, and only turned to writing, giving up his career as a pilot, after surviving not 1, but 3 separate plane crashes. Number 2. Most people see trains as a great way to get around in large cities or a way to transport goods, but the Jules family see them as a way of life. They have broken the world record for most consecutive train rides in a year, adding up 146 rides around Europe. They inspired Harrison Jules to write his book about train travel and development in Europe. I guess that one's not fiction. That one's probably non-fiction. So these aren't fiction.
Fiction and non-fiction.
Non-fiction. So the theme is everything. Fact number 3, the young adult novel Children of Blood and Bone has become a bestseller in the last few years and is centered around a world where at least some people have latent magical abilities that could potentially be reawakened through a religious ritual. The author, Tome Adeyemi, was originally inspired to write these due to a feeling of hopelessness after seeing instances of Black Americans killed in confrontations with police officers. Which of those did we make up? Is it Gene Roddenberry surviving 3 plane crashes? Is it the Jules family having 146 rides around Europe, or is it Tome Adeyemi writing Children of Blood and Bone concerning people, African Americans dying in confrontations with police officers? Which one is the, we go 1, 2, and 2. The one that is made up is the Jules family, so a point for each of you. So Blake goes into the lead. We have 3, 2, and 2 going into our last one.
Da-da-da.
Get it right, you lock up the victory. Otherwise, either one of these 2 could steal it from you, or we could end up with a 3-way tie. Round 5.
I gotta get it.
These are about the solar system.
we have
Number 1.
10 seconds.
Yes, that's what we're going to go through, and we'll just go fast. The agreement governing the activities of states on the moon and other celestial bodies, better known as the Moon Treaty, is a multilateral treaty that turns jurisdiction of all celestial bodies over to the participant countries. The Moon Treaty is to provide necessary legal principles for governing the behavior of states, international organizations, and individuals who explore bodies other than the Earth, as well as administration of the resources that exploration may yield. So we have laws concerning moon exploration. Second possibility. The Masons, or Freemasons, once believed that human defecation was a sacred act that connects us to God and prevents the Earth from plummeting into the sun. This came up in one of their texts back in 395 BC, and while current Masons do not believe this, there are references to this still in bathrooms in Masonic lodges even today. Or number 3, Jupiter's moon Europa has been the subject of speculation about the existence of life due to the possibility of a liquid water ocean under its ice layer. The case for life was greatly enhanced in 2011 when ice shelves surrounding lakes started to collapse into them. They're providing a mechanism through which life-forming chemicals could be created in sunlit areas. Which of those did we make up? Was it moon laws, Masons, or life could be on Europa? Everyone have their answer? Flip them around. Let's see what we got. We have 1, 2, and 2, and the Mason one is correct. 2 of you get the point, which means Blake White is our winner in episode 2.
Mr. White,
of
shake my
Wiki
hand.
What? Thanks for joining
Good
us on
game,
this
gentlemen.
episode. Please join us for the next one.
Good game, Andrew.
Very good game.
All right.